sorry, my head's freaking fat, dude. My bad. Okay. Holy. Okay.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
When did you make this?
The other day.
Okay, my bad. My bad. High beat. Okay.
Like,
Not bad, huh?
High energy beat. I like it. It's not bad.
Yeah. What can I say?
I feel like I'm in Miami right now.
Thank you. I was like, I'm
the
at
best
Las
way.
Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas.
East Coast.
It's
I'm ready to-
definitely a certain vibe.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Chilling at the beach. But guess what, guys? Oh, I'm so tired. What? Welcome back.
Welcome back,
to Room
people.
101.
You already know what it is.
It's your boys.
It's your boys.
Say what's
Hello,
up, boys.
ghosts.
Say what's up. Say what's up, boys.
What's
Say
up?
what's up,
we
boys.
we just said what's up.
Yeah, bro.
And girls,
Yeah,
What's up,
exactly.
Oh, and girls. Sorry,
Yeah.
chilling with us. Yes.
Welcome to ladies.
it's the boys. You remember me, right?
Yeah, it's the boys. This is last note.
It's
Don't
always
you remember?
been four of
That's
us.
the last note. Duh.
Do it.
Last note. Yo. Last and note are both 4-letter words.
Great observation, Josh.
Wow. Really? Really? I
Fantastic.
didn't notice.
Oh
Wow.
my.
Wow.
Dang.
They're also
Alright.
spelled the same backwards and forwards.
Think about it.
Snap.
Straight face.
That was just,
Got
that was
him.
just
English is
misinformation. I'm sorry.
amazing. No.
Got him.
Got him. Got him. All right. So, y'all, we have a special guest here today. Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Trey Bishop. I'm from Western Maryland, middle of nowhere. Out here in Provo now, going to school.
Yeah.
I make music. I make beats. I'm writing a book. It's gonna take like 10 years before it's over, probably.
Dang.
But I know Tupo from the mission. I was reassigned to California, San Bernardino with him, and he is by far one of my top favorite missionaries I ever served with in Brazil or the United States.
Dang, you made the top 10, dude.
Take it, nerds.
What did you do to get into the top 10?
you know, just be me, Be
Shut
me.
up. All right,
I,
shut up.
I,
That's what it
I
was.
slid him
Really?
$10 here and there, but hey, it was just being me.
Was he good? Was he a good missionary?
He was a great missionary. He is one of those guys that came into the mission already with a strong understanding of what charity was.
Ooh.
And, no missionary is perfect, and you can't ask for a missionary to do everything. But if they have charity, everything else falls into place. And so that's what it was. He came in with charity, and everything else just fell into place.
Facts. I
Interesting.
agree. How come we haven't experienced that charity, dude?
Yeah, because I don't care about you guys.
Fair. Trey, we're glad to have you here with us. I feel like I'm in the presence of a celebrity almost.
Why is that?
Well, okay, so you're a creative artist in terms of music and other things. You just said you're writing a book, and I hear you played for BYU.
I did at one point until my LCL said goodbye.
Dang, the LCL?
Yeah, but it's okay. It was one of the things I was struggling with the whole time I was playing football there was that when I was in high school in a small town, I was that guy. Everyone was like, that guy's going places. He's going to play football at a D1 college. Then you go to BYU where everybody's that guy. And it's just like for me, I was comparing myself to other people, robbing myself of my own joy. And so every morning, like during spring football season, I'd wake up dreading the time that I get on the field. I'd get on the field and I'd have a blast and I'd enjoy it. The rest of the day, I'd be like, I had nothing to worry about. It was amazing. I loved it. And then I'd go to sleep and it was like I reset. Every morning I woke up dreading it just as much as the day before.
Wow.
And so the first day when I wasn't playing anymore, I had like 8 extra hours to just do whatever I wanted. I was sitting on the couch with my wife and I was like, I can get used to this. But not much love for the Cougars. They're still my brothers. I love them. I watch every game. They're going to come back and they're going to put a whooping on Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Inshallah.
Even though you got clapped by Notre Dame, it's okay.
Yeah.
We can move on from that.
Inshallah.
But we're open to bigger things. That's cool, man. You're like legit. You make us look like little punks.
I don't know about punks. I mean, physically I'm bigger, but you don't look like punks.
Oh, thanks,
You
man.
guys are all
It's just the outside. How old are you?
21. How old are you guys?
Dang,
You're
man.
21?
Yeah,
Dang.
You capping. Dude, that's great. When's your birthday?
February 20th.
Oh, so you're coming
almost
up on
22.
22.
Yeah, I'll be feeling 22 here soon.
22. T Swift.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, T Swift, shout out. No.
Shout out. Shout out to
We
you.
love you.
Yeah. Watch our podcast?
Yeah.
T Swift actually, she went to high school or went to the same high school as my sister-in-law in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, at the same time?
No. She like
Oh.
literally she moved to Nashville the year that my sister-in-law got in.
Dang.
But she heard the stories. She was a good girl. She was super.
She was?
Well, I wouldn't say anything different on a podcast.
Fair.
Hey, say less.
Fair.
Say
Thank
less.
you.
We'll get
Thank
the
you.
deets later. Just kidding.
It's crazy, man. I thought you were 22 going to 23.
Yeah. Somebody told me I
insane.
looked 29 the other day.
29?
I didn't know how to feel about that.
Really?
Dude. All right, quick story. So I served my mission in Peru, right? I was with Ethan.
Fair.
We get on the bus, like the bus system is so whack there, but we get up, all the seats were filled early in the morning. We were heading down to the main chapel for our mission reunion, or not reunion, the zone conference, I mean. And me and Ethan are just standing there holding onto the rail, and there's like this 12, 13-year-old kid sitting on the seat like one over from where I'm standing. And like he said it in Spanish, but he was basically like, "Sir, would you like to take the seat?" I was like, "Oh no, thanks, man." And then I look at Ethan, and he's laughing his face off. He's like grabbing the rail, like hiding his face, like, "Yo, he called you sir. Like, how old does he think you are?" I was like, "Bro, don't even get me started right now." It's like we woke up early. My hair was like still wet with gel and stuff. So I can't imagine how old that made me look. But the fact that he called me sir, I knew I was done.
Dude, I felt that because I'm a high school track and field coach.
That's sick.
And they like some of the kids, like at least in the first few weeks when I first started, would run up to me, sir, Mr. Sir. I was like, what? I'm like barely older than you guys.
So I'm not even in my 30s.
Yeah, I was like, it made me feel weird. But dang, so you're 21, so you're the youngest one here on the couch.
If
How
I
does it
didn't,
feel, Sam, not being the youngest anymore?
Oh yeah, I'm 23 by the way. 'Cause
Okay.
You asked, but I didn't answer.
Yeah.
I turn 24 next month.
sick.
It's wild.
Wait, so how old are you?
I'm
again?
22.
I thought so.
Yeah.
22.
22.
Yeah, he just barely turned 20.
People on my mission tried to, like, randomly would be like, I had this big thing of, like, how old is Elder Hatch? And, like, a lot of people said I looked like I was 30. And I was like, I'm 30?
Dang.
I'm sorry.
It was bad. I got so bad I put a poll on Facebook. And people would, like, all the missionaries were submitting answers. And, like, I averaged it out, and the average age was 26.
26 isn't
26?
bad. That's a
Yeah.
good age, I think. That's
Holy.
yeah.
Which I don't think I do, but
You know,
I mean, maybe for me it would be a good age, but for you, because you were what?
especially being on the
19,
mission.
20 at that time.
Especially being on the
dude.
mission.
Yeah, I was like 21, 20.
Yeah. barely in your you're in your early 20s and they're already thinking that you're
dude.
26.
It was rough, man. Trying to talk to all the cute sisters. It's rough.
Hell, you
Got real self-confidence.
Oh, that's actually another thing. I actually met my wife on my mission.
Stop the line, really?
I was her district leader.
Oh, so they were in your...
You're an apostate.
Was it in
I
Brazil?
was in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's
So what
fine
happened
then.
was COVID hit. She was on a Rubik's Cube in the airport on our way home. And I was like, yo, teach me how to solve that.
Oh,
Like,
smooth.
it was unspoken riz. That wasn't
Smooth.
invented when I did it, but I actually invented unspoken riz. A lot of people don't know that about me.
Okay,
And,
okay.
And so
bad, my
she
bad.
taught me step by step. She's a good teacher. And the last step I purposely messed up. I was like, I have no idea what to do. You know what? When we're released at home, you need to FaceTime me.
Ooh.
And so she
slide
did.
in.
One thing led to another. By the time I went to California, she was already sold. I was already sold. And then I was lucky enough when I came back that she hadn't found another dude, so we got married.
Yo, that's sick.
Nice.
Wow.
So you said where she's from? Where she's what the Spanish? Where's she from?
So, her descendants, at least, she's Puerto Rican, and so I thought she was
Oh, word.
Brazilian for a super long time until I spoke to her a little more. But she's actually she's lived in Pennsylvania around Philadelphia her whole life. It's 3 hours from where I live or where
Oh,
I'm
that's
from.
awesome. What part of Puerto Rico is her family?
San Juan,
San Juan. Yeah, my mom's from San Juan.
dude, that's sick.
That's awesome.
The
Dude.
food's amazing.
For real, I miss it. I haven't gone in so long. The last time I went was 2018, like before I left for my mission, and I was gonna go earlier this year, but it was like a huge family emergency, so she just took my little brother.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, we do end up going. I think January or February for the open house for the temple.
That's gonna be so sick. I've never been. My wife's never been either. Actually,
Oh, really?
they never really had the means, I guess. But we're getting to the point now. If we fulfill our goals in the next couple of years, we'll have the means to get her down there.
Be traveling the world.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
That's sick,
awesome.
bro. How long you guys been married?
Coming up on 10 months in 4 days. So in 4 days we'll be hitting our 10-month mark.
You gonna go on a date?
Probably, yeah.
Ooh. Must be nice.
I don't
You
know.
gonna go on a date with your wife?
Yeah.
Biggest question ever on this episode.
Yeah. When you're a married person, date has a very flexible definition. It could literally be just ordering pizza.
That
That's
is
true. But I mean, at that point, the date is just doing
Yeah.
something a little different.
Yeah,
than
if
the
you just
usual.
call it a date, it's basically a date. It somehow it makes it more special. It
So
really
you guys gotta
does. though.
celebrate.
Yeah,
Get some like.
So if you call it a date, it's a date.
basically. And if you're dating a girl, like and you're single, if you call it a date and she doesn't know, it's still a date. You can tell everyone you went on a date with her, even if she has
Interesting.
no
And
idea.
then they're like, yeah, so you went on a
Interesting.
date with her, and then they go
Yeah,
to the
you
girl,
finally
and the girl's
caught
gonna
up
be
with
like,
me.
the girl's gonna be
Yeah.
like, huh?
I thought that was just a hangout. We were like 20 people there.
Exactly,
I'm gonna call somebody out. I think you need to give Tupo some advice
bruh.
about
Riz?
what a date is.
Yeah, off camera.
Give me
though.
come
Off
on, give me
camera.
advice
You can do
right
it
now.
off
No, just give
camera.
me advice right now.
Or do it right
What
now.
a date is, do
bro.
it.
I can't give you an advice on a date, but I can give you a date idea. The next girl you take on this date, whoever you take on this date, she'll be sold on you. You ready?
Ooh.
So only do it when you're feeling serious. All right. Go to DI, buy a bucket of golf balls.
Oh.
Sometimes they don't have them at DI.
Glow sticks.
Yeah,
You
everybody
talking
knows it
about
out here,
those,
bro.
bro?
Yeah,
Bro, those
Have you
are
done it
nice,
on a
bro.
date?
That's a nice vibe right there.
Yeah. An elder that I served with told me about that, and I was like, I'm doing that, and I did it.
That's a
And
good
I didn't.
idea.
I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Apparently, everyone out here knows it. But
Heard of it? Yeah. What? Okay. Then I got another follow up.
hit me with it.
What's the difference between kicking it with a girl and going on a date?
The implication.
Explain.
Well, you need to know where you want it to go, and you have to have some sort of understanding of where she wants it to go. If you're just kicking it with a girl, and like I don't know, like imagine he's a girl. No, I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I was gonna be like,
I wake up every day and I'm like, Tupo's a girl, so it's normal.
nah, dude, he's like the manliest dude in this room, counting me. Look at
You
him.
should hear the
Look at
sounds
that
that he
Little do
makes.
you know, Trey.
Little do you know the sounds he
Little do you-
makes.
Haters gonna hate, bro. Haters are gonna hate, bro. I'm just
But
saying,
like,
bro.
so what makes a date different is basically, I think you just have to call it a date, like.
Fair.
Kind of like, hey, you want to go on a date with me, as opposed to you want to hang out, because that leaves. I mean, me personally, there's no room for interpretation for me. I am not emotionally, but like, I don't get context clues. So I had to tell my wife at the beginning of our relationship, I was like, look, if you don't outright tell me what it is you want, what your intentions are, I'm not gonna know. If you're
Yeah.
into me, and you send all these hints, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna know. And it's not because of you; it's because I'm just stupid. And so,
Dude, I feel like I kind of am the same way.
Same.
I think I just need to be like not shown and told everything, but it's just like
at the right moment, somebody needs to tell you.
you've got to be straight up with me and like tell me what's going on so I just like know, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I can ride with that.
You're still not out of it completely.
What? How am I not out of it, bruh?
So
That's
okay,
just
so we
one
tease him
example.
Holy cow!
tease one example.
Holy cow!
because he, from our perspective, he's like he can kick it with girls all the time, but it's rare when he turns it into a date. But we view a lot of the times he's kicked it with girls where like that's basically a date. And so we just like to give him crap and go for him.
I'm just like, no, I just go kick it with them, and then they're like, no, it's a date. I was like, no, I just kicked it. We just kicked it.
So you're saying you're the one that doesn't want it to be a date. You just want it to be kicking it.
I'm gonna be honest. They don't want it to be a date, and I know
Was
where
that
they
preference? Was that with some of them? Did they come in the conversation? Were like, this is not a date. We're just hanging out.
Stand. No, they literally. Well, no,
that would make it weird.
No, they didn't say that. They didn't say that.
So it was your mentality going in.
They just okay. Question. Let me say. Put
I'm
this
listening
out
to
there.
you.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Mike.
What do you need to do?
No, Mike.
I'm kidding. Too much. So what do you need? So basically, like you said, a date's a date only if you call it a date, right?
Even now, but it can also be a date. Just like it has to be a mutual feeling, and sometimes it goes unsaid. But usually, you just know. It's like this is a really weird comparison.
You just know, like you said.
You know, a
just
date's
know.
a date the same way you know that God loves you. That's the most dumb comparison. They're not the same thing
No, that's a good one.
at all. But like,
Put it right here, Tubo. Right here. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but let's try it. We'll
like
try
it's
it.
just unspoken.
Take a note.
You just know. You like, especially in this community, most people grow up for the majority of the time not really doubting it. And if you are, I'm sorry, but you can
Interesting.
find a way.
So I would say you meet a girl or someone's like trying to set you up with somebody to at least meet them.
Yeah.
And your mentality from our perspective is you go into it thinking you're just going to be kicking it. You don't even consider the date option. You just go straight to, we're just kicking it. So that's why we get on you, because from our perspective, it looks like you're like preventing yourself from experiencing other opportunities that could be there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now that you explained it, instead
So
of just
when you
getting
go-
on me about it.
Well, it's because
Dude, we've been trying
Trey
to
helped
explain
me.
it.
Trey helped me formulate that.
This is
into
why
words.
he's here. Give me some, Trey.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
the
you
chick
for
might
being
be
here,
into
bro.
his mentality, though. There might be the right chick for you might be the kind of chick that just likes kicking it, and you just figure it out.
Dang.
That's
But if
true,
you're
too.
going for volume and you're in Provo, you best be going for volume. No, I'm kidding. I only ever dated one person in Provo.
I like that.
But
Hey,
yeah.
We should
Yo.
invite Trey more often because he's making Tupo listen.
I know Tupo doesn't listen to us.
bro.
See, told you, haters.
Stop the two posts.
Nah, it's okay. Dude, we go off on each other all the time. Most of the time, it's just me. They just go off on me, like all the
Dude.
time.
Most of the guests we have go off on me though.
That's
For real?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, there you go. There's another one. You heard it here
Freaking
first, ladies and
Slim Jim.
gentlemen.
Just kidding.
Guess how
Not
much I weigh
anymore.
right now. Speaking of Slim Jim,
Oh, stop. Oh, don't make me do this. Josh, you go.
What?
it won't hurt my feelings that whether you overshoot it or
How
undershoot
much
it.
does you weigh?
Okay, well, I won't say how much I weigh. But, so I'm a...
We'll put it right here. No, I'm kidding.
All of our weights will be right
Yeah,
next to our heads.
Right here. You
I
choose
would
which
say-
one you want.
Right there.
From your structure and then your height, I would probably say around Shut up. 220, 230.
I can tell. I got you. I can do
You
it.
know, I told you on my mission. I think
I know because
you
we
might.
compared weights.
But am
and
I close
he
or
was
not?
like,
Hold on. How tall are you?
6'6". 6'5" at the doctor's office. 6'6" with my shoes on.
Okay. We're going to go with
5'5" on a
6'6".
good day.
So if you're so you're 6'6". I would have to say, yeah, about 250.
You're getting closer, but not quite there, Tupo.
Really?
280.
You're getting closer, but not quite there.
Really?
You're not in the 300s, are you?
Last I weighed myself, 305.
Really?
No,
you do not look
hold
like
on.
it.
I'm grabbing the scale.
What
No, bro.
No.
I'm
Do
kinda
it
scared.
on the carpet.
No.
I'm down. I mean, I'll keep my shoes on too. Because my thing is, I know I don't look like I'm 305, and so the more I weigh while looking this way, it's almost better. Oh, don't put it on the carpet; it won't read it accurately.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
Yeah, but don't worry about it. For those
We'll
of
do
you
it
who
on
just
the break
listening,
and we'll return. Okay?
just-
Yeah, we'll do it on the break to confirm.
oh, actually, come here. I'll just record it and then send it to him, and he can put it in the video.
holy, that's a lot of editing for me.
I'm
That's a
going.
lot of
Yeah,
editing.
might
for
as
me,
well.
bro.
That'll be easy.
He wants to
Holy.
know.
It'll be easy. Just
I'm gonna jump on this thing.
tell me when you hit record, or Josh, tell me when you're recording, and then I'll clap.
For real.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
You're recording?
Yeah. Moment of truth.
Yeah, let's see this.
You totally did it off. The question is, are we gonna cut this? You and I can have a conversation.
That, honestly, because look at it, bro. Most of the time,
We're not coming. I'm not attacking. 305.
That's crazy.
I know myself.
Alright, I'm done.
I know my measurables. Just all
That's
that.
fire, dude.
305.
Dang.
all right, let's all go step on the scale.
If the Weber State coach is watching, offer me. I might think about it.
Oh,
Dang,
there you
Weber
go.
State.
Weber State. Not Utah State, Weber.
Dang, bro.
Utah State did not want me, so I don't want to. We don't want
Weber.
Utah State up in here.
That's insane, dude.
Utah State burrito throwers.
Yo, that's crazy. You do not. I wouldn't have guessed 305.
That was the weirdest tangent, but you said Slim Jim. I guess, do people ever rag on you about your skinniness?
No, they used. Yeah,
Well, before.
I've gained actually.
Yeah, but so you
some
look like you
weight.
filled out really well. Like
I'm
you're
filling out.
proportionate.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
No,
you.
he
You hear
looks
that,
good
guys?
now. At
No.
least now we know.
So
you
before,
won't break
what happened
any bones.
was
So, I long jump and I play basketball.
Yo, I can't do either of those things.
Yeah, I was decent at both, and so I like my ideal weight when I was long jumping was like 170, 165. I'm 188 right now.
That ain't bad.
So if I can turn my whatever I got into muscle, I can get back into it. I feel like
you could reasonably be 205 and look shredded.
really,
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but then it's like, can I fly? You know?
I think you
Well, you seen
could.
gymnasts in them. They're pretty muscular and they're still very agile.
It's all the quick twitch. You know that already, though.
Yeah,
Just those quick twitch muscles.
it's true. I want to get back to it, but
I mean, look at Tom Holland, bro. He's super ripped and he's still agile.
he's an actor.
Yeah, I don't know what all
An
he does.
actor, dude.
Yeah, he's an actor,
He's a
Josh.
gymnast.
He doesn't.
He's an actor,
I don't
Josh.
see him long jumping, and he's just does
Look at
gym
his
stuff.
older stuff, but still,
Have you not seen Spider-Man?
he does. Dude, some of that is CGI, but it's still him doing it. He puts on them tracking suits.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, I'll let you take control of the conversation again. I'm
Yeah,
so
we're gonna
sorry.
move on.
For real, let's move on. Sorry, that was a very
That was
sad
cool
question.
though. That's cool.
I can't believe I knew it. I thought it was gonna be
305.
at least 310 just now. I was capping a little bit about 305.
but
it was
then
true.
You weren't.
I was unknowingly not capping. All right.
We got video proof too.
All right, so some of the cool. Oh, is there anything else would you like to introduce as you introduce yourself? Is there anything else you'd like to say? Beep boop. All right, cool. All
There you
right,
go.
perfect.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask one more
Wait,
question.
I think
Alright,
I
one
have
more
that
question.
same ring. Hold on,
All
sorry.
right.
Wow,
Sorry, I just noticed it.
that's cool. I want to ask you just for a second. You said you do music. You make beats and other
Oh yeah, I
things.
was gonna
Yeah.
ask that.
What kind of music? What are you working on? What does your music life look like?
Do you
Okay,
have
so
streaming, anything?
yeah. Let's see here. I started making beats when I was 13 on my cell phone on this crappy little app that was
Nice.
$4. And I learned when I was young from wannabe YouTube channels and also like that weird app. Sometimes apps won't give you what you want to do, and so you can kind of do weird hacks to basically make yourself do stuff that technically you shouldn't be able to do. Like, no, I'm not talking hacking. I'm talking you just do some weird stuff and
Yeah.
it makes it. And so I upgraded, eventually saved up some money after my first job, got like a drum pad, some headphones, a computer, a real DAW. I make mostly hip hop-esque beats.
Nice.
When it comes to me singing, it's more singing. I rap on a very few occasions. I call it more like indie R&B soul,
Nice.
Okay.
like alternative R&B. It's
Yeah.
kind of what I'd categorize it in. There's a couple songs that are poppier than others, and then there are some that are just way left field. Working on 2 albums right now. One's in the very preliminary stages. I probably won't put that out until next year. But the other one I've been sitting on basically since April.
Ooh.
And I'm actually just about to pull the trigger and finish the recording process in the next month to put it out sometime in December.
That's
Nice.
sick, dude. And what is it? Is this album just going to be a mix of hip hop here, singing here? Is it a mix of that, or is what's your
basically
theme?
it's so it's an 8-song album. Those are kind of popular nowadays, the shorter albums. And
That's
Yeah.
true.
for my first album, I don't want to have people commit to listening to me for 40 minutes, so I'm going to go for 20 to start.
Yeah, warm them up.
Yeah. So it's mostly singing actually. There's probably like 3 rap verses in the whole thing.
Okay.
And it's called Loser. I wrote the whole album right after I got cut from the football team. And the week before that, I lost my job due to the time commitment I had with the football team. And so I was
Wow.
left no job and also kind of no identity, because when you're a football player, that's all you talk about. And it's kind of creeping out now with like my weight being brought up randomly. It's a complex, bro. Like people would ask me, "Who are you? What do you do?" "Oh, I play football." And then that was all I could think about because it's all that people can relate to.
Yeah.
And so I wrote the whole album in that span of time. the key moment in the album, I'll just give one line. I said, if I was born to be a loser, then I'm going to die a winner.
That's fire. That's actually fire.
That's a good one.
That's smooth.
That's nice.
That's real smooth.
So it's real. You get real on this one.
Oh, yeah. I played a song for my mom and she cried.
Really?
She's like, I didn't know you felt this way. I was like, Mom, you're like 3,000 miles away. I'm not trying to bother you about being sad.
Yeah.
Because up until now, I didn't even tell her I got fired. I just told her I quit.
Really?
Yeah, because like when I was living with them as a teenager, I was really irresponsible. And I didn't want them to feel like I hadn't changed. In some ways I had, some ways I really did not change. And so I didn't want them to see that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, yeah, I just quit the job a little earlier. And they're like, oh, that's weird, but okay. But yeah, I got fired because I was late a couple too many times due to me being in football.
That's tough, man. That's sick, though. I'm glad you bounced back, and now you're like, you're going to put it out there and share something that I feel like sometimes maybe what you would think. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe when you were writing about these experiences, you were like, man, how can I make this relatable? Did that thought cross your mind? Because not everyone plays football and is this big thing.
Yeah.
But like the theme of being born a loser or feeling like you've been born a loser, like I relate to that. Like I didn't play college sports, but like in high school, I was always known as like the basketball guy.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I'm so much more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's relatable to everybody. I mean, I bring up football and losing my job like once. And it's like kind of the crux of the title track, Loser. And so, but everything else is just kind of like my journey through those moments. And so every song, it just is supposed to convey a feeling, basically. And then the middle song kind of helps you make sense of the narrative a little more and then finishes it off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. Do you have a release date yet?
Spit a line? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just one line that like really.
He just dropped a line.
No, another one that emphasizes more on. Trying to think. I guess like a silver lining type deal.
Yeah. The last song, the refrain, it's not the chorus, but like the bridge. I'm not going to sing it.
No, that's
but it's people change and that's okay. The world's changing every day. The world's changing every day. We ought to go with it. People go and that's okay. The world's going every day. The world's growing every day, and we ought to grow with it. So it's just like things are going to change. Everyone around you is going to change. The last song is me talking about how basically all my friends from high school I don't talk to anymore, and it's not because I don't like them. I sure hope it's not because they don't like me. They all came to my wedding and they were very pleasant. But it's just because our lives are so different now. I was the only member in my high school. And so when I go to Brazil for 2 years and leave them behind and come back a completely different person to them and then get married like 6 months later, it was just a culture shock. And so it's hard to like relate to them on that level.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's cool, man. You got a release date for it or no?
No, but I'll show you some tracks after the pod. I'll show you the ones I
Wait,
recorded.
you said you're planning on releasing
December
in
release
December.
date. I want to get it done before. I want to have it out before the year. I'll have the album done definitely before the end of this month, but then I want to take a month to really market it.
Wait,
Get it
what
down.
DAW do you use?
I used to use Logic X, and then my free trial ran out, and so I don't anymore for the moment. And I have the money for it, but my wife won't let me spend it yet.
The wife. Nice.
I'm using a DAW called Machine, M-A-S-C-H-I-N-E.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that,
It comes with a controller, like the drum pad.
Yeah, that's good for
but
beat
it has
making.
a built-in DAW in, and so the drawback of it is it kind of promotes repetition, because everything's split up into patterns, like little groups of 4 blocks. So like with Logic, you could play one thing and then you could copy and paste it over if you want, or you could just do a whole nother thing. And so it was hard for me to break out of that box.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's taken me so long to release new music, because like,
You're trying to figure it out.
yeah, basically.
Trying to how to produce it and get it out there.
But eventually you're going to go back to using Logic?
Dude, Logic's my favorite. I'm looking at it on my screen and I'm just getting like flashbacks to some of the most creative beat making moments I've ever had.
I love Logic. It's
me
because
too.
I started on GarageBand, but also like Pro Tools.
But bro, if you go from GarageBand to Logic, it's very, very intuitive.
It's nice and fluid. But when I was trying to use Pro Tools,
Yeah, Pro Tools was difficult.
learning on Pro Tools is hard.
There's a reason they call it Pro Tools.
Yeah.
I'm not a pro. I'm not going to even touch that.
Exactly.
I couldn't even figure out connecting a MIDI controller to Pro Tools.
Yeah, dude. But Logic Pro is just,
I love it a lot.
I love it.
One of my top favorite rappers, Tyler the Creator, as far as I know, still uses Logic Pro X.
Yes,
So many do.
he does.
So many do.
He does. There was another one.
Mac
Sorry,
Miller
it just
used Logic
slipped my
Pro.
head.
Mac Miller used Logic Pro.
Oh, yeah, Mac Miller used it. Lots of them just use
Ableton.
FL or Ableton.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when you reach a certain level and you're very collaborative and have access to resources like producers and other people, they use all of them. Like,
Yeah.
there's they have dudes that producers are constantly like taking Logic projects and converting them into FL Studio projects. And like,
Yeah.
so that's the crazy part is like, I'm pretty sure most artists use Logic Pro in some degree of their workflow.
Oh yeah,
Apple, you did a good job.
for real.
Did. For real. Well, we're excited
Yeah,
when you
I can't
drop
wait
that.
to hear it, bro.
When you drop that, check it out. We'll let you know when that thing's dropping. Trey's dropping music. Do you have an artist name or you go by
Trey
your name?
Bishop.
Trey Bishop.
That's
Yeah.
kind of sick though.
All caps.
You already have a cool name, bro.
I know you were born with a cool name, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually wasn't, bro. My legal name is Donald Bishop.
Dude,
third.
Oh, I
Donald.
forgot about
The
that.
third.
The third, dude.
Yeah,
That's so
dude,
And
cool.
so
That is
they
pretty
call me
sick.
Trey because there's this movie called Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Similar
yeah.
to me, had a real goofy name, and so his parents said, he's the third, we'll call him Trey, like Trace. And my
Oh, yeah,
parents,
Yeah.
Stress, yeah.
my
yeah.
dad, a hillbilly from West Virginia, was like, that's a good idea. And so I'm Trey, and I like it.
Yeah, Trey Bishop sounds sick.
Dude,
If you went by Donald, that would still be sick.
that would be.
Donald to me is like besides Donald Trump, Donald to me is like I feel like that's a pretty like
It sounds
It's
like
a
an
pretty
artisty
dope-
name.
a
in
creative
way.
Yeah.
name.
For real.
Like I feel like a creative mind would have the name Donald.
Donald Glover.
Donald
Glover,
Glover.
yeah, exactly.
There you go. So it's just
Donald
that's just
Trump,
how
he's
it's-
creative in his own way.
Dude,
yeah, he's
I would have
creative
been
in
a
his own way
third.
for sure.
If I was born a third, I would have gone by the name Trey too.
That would have been sick. I've never even thought about being.
But
born
I
a
just
third.
had to pick my own name, man. Hate myself.
That's cool, man. Well, okay, let's get into some of the good stuff.
All right, we got some questions from. Just a question. What has life taught you recently?
Who starts?
Yeah, who wants to start?
That's not me. I went.
Let's have our
first
guest
for
start.
2 weeks.
All right, Trey. What is something in like
Putting him
that
on the
life
spot.
has taught you
All right.
recently?
Full disclosure, I purposely didn't think of these. I thought about the questions the entire week, but I didn't think about the answer at all because I wanted to come out right now.
Fair.
But on my way driving here, I thought of one. It's kind of cheating, but I guess it was like I was already kind of in the
all right,
setting.
man.
Oh, it's all good.
So, one thing I've noticed when I was on my mission, I was always thinking like, man, the mission's great, but everything's going to be real good once I go home. Then I went home. Man, being at home's great, but everything's going to go better once I get married. Then I got married. Man, being married is great, but everything's going to go better when I get my scholarships next September. Man, getting my scholarships was great, but everything will get better when my wife graduates and starts making a good salary. And so that's a really bad place to be in because, I mean, yeah, I say, yeah, it's great. And then I say the but. It takes away from where you are right now. So one thing I've learned lately is to learn to be happy and content in the moment that you are in already for the fact that it is the moment that you're in. Like, you're never going to have another one. I'm never going to be poor again, hopefully, as long as he's
for
going to
sure.
plan. And so enjoy it. And I've been doing that. And I've been a lot more joyful and a lot more thankful for what I have as opposed to constantly looking forward to the next. Because it's like I'm moving the goalposts on myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've stopped doing that lately, kind of. It creeps in every now and then because I'm not perfect, but
That's
it's
so cool.
helped me a lot. It's made my relationship with my wife a lot better and with myself a lot better and the Lord a lot better because I have a lot more to thank him for at night than I used to.
That's like super insightful. I feel like that's something that I need to, I think, focus on more because I'm always about progress, get better, keep moving, keep progressing, and that's good. But if you're too much that way, then you lose those moments to really just be present, you know, and that's something I want to do more is be more present in the blessings that I have now. And that, dude, another thing, because I was going to say mine, it kind of ties into yours. We can kind of combine them. I had the weird thought a few weeks ago. I was telling you guys about it. We were talking about a mirror and like looking in the mirror. And like, I was like, what's like the real purpose of like looking in the mirror? And subconsciously, I think, you know, I don't think very often we go to a mirror to look at how great we are and how good we look. We look in the mirror to look for something that's out of place or wrong. And I was like, man, imagine starting your day with a mirror like most of us do. And subconsciously, our minds work that way. And then that mentality carries with us as we do our daily tasks, as we go to school. And it's all about focus and where you're focusing and what you're focusing on. And I was just I got in this crazy rabbit hole of thought of thinking about this. And that's something I've been really like working on, is like being okay with not being perfect or being like my ideal self in every aspect of my life.
You know the crazy part, though? The way you look at yourself a lot of the times reflects on how you look at other people, at least for me. And so when I look at the mirror and I'm seeing everything wrong with me first, my instinct after the fact, generally, I don't vocalize it, obviously, because nobody vocalizes those things to people other than, you know, themselves. But I generally see the worst in people when I'm seeing the worst in myself, too. So I like that you brought that up. That's a good thing to be working on, man.
For sure,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take it home.
Yeah, dude. It's just like what you said, like, I have this, but this. It's like looking in the mirror. I look pretty good, but that one little patch of hair right there is really bothering me, you know? And then looking at other people, it's like, man, that girl's really pretty, but, you know, even little stuff like that. Or that dude said that. It's pretty cool, but, you know, whatever. And it's just like, man, it's just controlling the mind, getting control of your mind. That, for me, that's the biggest thing that life is teaching me and will always teach me, is most issues take place in your mind, and just trying to tame the beast and just have that joy, create that joy.
Facts.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Flowers. I would think for me it's like, well, obviously, like the common one, everything happens for a reason, but everything happens in its own time as well, you know, because my childhood hasn't always been the greatest. Like, I moved a whole ton starting at a very young age, so my childhood home is not a childhood home. I always envied those friendships with like the friends that grew up with each other, basically. Like, when I watch High School Musical, bro, I get salty. Because of freaking Troy and Chad being those childhood friends, and then having those plans to, like, play basketball together even in college, you know? And I never had that. And then every time I get attached to someone, I ended up moving again, lose connection with them. So it got to the point where I didn't really talk to many people when I got to high school, because I didn't want that attachment. And then that's when I went to APA, the school that we all went to. And I wanted to go to a normal high school, you know, but because I didn't want to wear the uniform. I didn't want to go to the one school with all grades. You know, I just wanted to experience school like everyone else. So my mom did say, we're going to just try out the 1 year. If you decide to go to a normal high school, then we'll arrange something. So I was going to leave, but then I met some pretty dope people halfway through the second half of my freshman year. So then I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what, I'll stick around for 1 more year just because I don't want to, like, leave them out in the dirt. Then I met this guy. Then I was like, okay, I'll give it 1 more year. Met this guy. I was like, okay, might as well just finish high school, just because what's the point of going to another school your last year of high school? So I didn't want to go to a different school to finish out high school. So then I stayed. And then stuff just went downhill that year, 2017. That's when I graduated. It just went downhill. I got a job and I was saving money, but then it was like basically spending money as soon as I get it. I didn't think too much about going on a mission. Though growing up, I did say I wanted to go on one, but my senior year was like I would say yes, just because that was what everyone wanted to hear, but I didn't fully have that. I didn't want to go on one. I didn't feel like I should go on one. And then, long story short, I prayed, got an answer, decided to go. I went, and then it was really hard. The MTC, struggling. Like I loved the companion I had. I loved my district. Loved the zone, but it's just those moments, Like yeah, I'm having fun, and then it just all hits me. I was like, I'm in Mexico. I'm super far from my family, and then I'm gonna go even farther south, for 2 years, and then I got there. My first 6 months, like they always say, it's like usually the most difficult. I wanted to go home. I legit was about to pull that trigger and go home, just because I guess with everything that I've experienced growing up, I kind of got that like completion anxiety, and then like I want to accomplish something, but then I'm scared something's gonna happen, so then I put it off, and then I honestly don't like have a complete reason why I stayed. It just happened. I enjoyed it. I didn't want to come home. I came home early due to COVID, and so then I shaved off some time on my mission. Struggling to get a job. I applied to a whole bunch. I got home April 2020. I didn't get a job till March 2021. Like it was legit just me doing homework. I didn't go out as much as I wanted to. Finally got a job. Left that job due to anxiety and depression. Worked at Vasa, then loved it there. And then we decided to move down here. I was excited. I'm happy I'm down here. I honestly feel really, really good. But the most recent thing is like trying to get a job here, Like, yeah, there's tons of jobs. I applied to a whole bunch. I got a mover's job, which I was excited for, but it's not like it's an hourly paid job, but you have to, if there's a job posting, you accept it and then you go. It's not like a confirmed thing.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, whatever. Then he had a job, invited me for an interview. I got that job. I only went one day because they stated it as one thing, but it was completely different from when we started. And it wasn't until after we left that now it was a bit more of the job description that they talked about for the training and the interview. So that kind of ticked me off. But I was like I talked to Sam more about it because he came to me because I hate going to people and like telling them what's on my mind. But I was just stressed. Like I barely had enough money to pay off this month's rent, and then like jobless, not much on my name, and then go to an interview last week for the Amazon delivery job. Super like anxious because I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen because I've applied to more than 30 jobs, and then I'm barely getting back from this one. Because another one I did an interview, they said they would let me know whether or not I'll get the job the next day. Never heard back from them. Another place was asking me to fill out a bunch of stuff, but it seemed shady, so I left that. So I did the interview. This guy seems a bit like he became a really cool guy, but he seemed more like he's like, I don't want to be here type deal. So like, so great, awesome interview, but super nice. That's just how he is. Right after the interview, he's like, what are your plans? I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, do you plan on doing this job, or are you just gonna say yes now, do the training, and then dip? I was like, no, I'm down. So then I got hired on the spot, and I start training next week. So I feel like a whole weight off my back. So it's like I've experienced so much new, like even on the mission. I just kept the story shorter than it is, but like I do put in a lot of work. But then like most people's like like I'm doing all this. Why isn't God answering my prayer type situation? You know, but thanks to the mission and the experiences I've gone through, I learned that like as humans we're gonna stress out about stuff like that. It's normal, but if you're putting in the work and the effort and the trust, then it's gonna happen when it needs to happen, type deal. Like obviously I still struggle with like the patience of waiting, but I know that that's gonna happen, you know. So I'm blessed for that, and I honestly I'm super excited to see what the future will hold for me.
Thank you for sharing that, man.
No problem.
For
Dude,
real.
I know God loves you so much, and He's ready to give you those blessings you've been waiting on. He's
Bro,
like,
on the
he's been,
thumbnail.
well, because like those jobs you applied for, chances are they weren't the right job for you.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for all you guys. It seems if I weren't in the situation where I got married so fast, I totally would have moved into a house with all my boys.
Heck yeah, bro.
This
So it's only at least for a year.
This us living together will either be our downfall or the greatest blessing we've ever had.
That's usually what happens right before somebody achieves greatness.
Fair.
Ooh,
Fair.
Make or break
spicy
moment.
words, my guy.
That's
facts.
true.
That's
Fire. Tupo, what have you learned recently? You've been through a lot, I feel like.
Oh, he's not wearing black.
Yeah, I changed the law.
Changed a lot.
He's been through so much, he changed his shirt from black to white for the first time in any podcast episode.
Yeah.
Looks
Screw
good on
you
you.
guys. Screw you guys.
You look good. You look good, bro. We're not even making fun of you. We're just
No,
like
I just noticed that you're
it's
not
an
wearing black.
observation, bro.
Yeah.
Stop getting so
Anyways.
easily offended, man.
Can I speak? Can I speak now? Can I speak now?
Sorry.
Yeah, go
That's my
ahead, go
fault.
ahead.
All right. So, hi, my name's. I'm kidding.
Hi, Tupo.
But one thing I've learned recently is that how do I explain this? There's a situation where a lot of people they've been coming to me recently just to talk and just to vent. You know, for me, I don't know how to deal with that. Like, I'm the type of person I'm like, I'm sorry. Like when people start crying in front of me, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm over there, I'm like,
You start hugging yourself.
yeah, I'm like for real. Like if they start coming up to me and then I'm just like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm always a guy when, for some reason, every time when someone comes up to me like that, I'm like, hey, yo, let's go get something to eat because I have no idea what to do with you. We're going to get something to eat. Let's get full because I feel like that's what's the problem.
Yeah, you're just hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Like people come to me and I don't know what to do. And I'm always like, well, I'm not going to lie. Like In-N-Out's down the street. You want to go get some food? Because I don't know. Like I don't understand what you're going through. But hey. So one thing I've learned recently is that one thing is it's just being there matters. Like time matters. Especially just like even though you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, just being there, especially just for them, it matters a lot. And that's probably like one of the most important things to them. That's why they go to you. Mm-hmm. That's something I learned recently. It's pretty sweet.
I almost shed a tear just now, not gonna lie. I got misty.
Missed the eye. No,
That was
that's
good, bro.
real, bro. I think because you've always said that you just don't know how to deal with when people come to you, which is understandable. What's crazy is when you and I have had talks, like from my experience, you do know how. Like you're more than what you always say you are. Like
Food is the answer.
Food is the answer.
Always, bro. Always.
So I'm glad you like are learning that just being there is good. And I would add, from my experience, that's the first step. Just being there. And like you, honestly, you'll learn, I think, that you have so much more to offer.
So I'm killing a fly.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were like,
for real.
can
I got a question real quick. He shut up.
Shut up. I have something to say.
But on the real though, sometimes just being there and listening is the only thing you need to do.
Exactly, yeah. For
Excuse
sure.
me for burping right into the
Oh,
microphone.
you're good. I do that all the time. We
Oh,
all
you're
do.
good. I don't remember what the video is, but I think they showed it to us. I think like once a year in APA for like the Spirit Week or whatever.
Talking about like empathy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like when someone's feeling down, like a comparison video, like someone's feeling down, and then someone's always trying to find the bright side out of it. It was like she's like, yeah, my son's in jail. It's like, well, like it's funny, but it's a serious moment. It's like, well, at least you have your daughter to rely on, and like small stuff like that. It's like you think you're helping the person, trying to help them see like the silver lining, but sometimes it's not what they need to hear, and
Because it's a timing thing.
Uh-huh.
Like it's not the time for that they can see the silver lining. I think because a lot of people have come to me too with advice and things like that, but I found being there, yes, that is sometimes that's all anyone needs. But if you were to offer any kind of words to that person, I think it would be very, very brief in helping them not see the blessings they have in their life now, but helping them see what they can become and their potential. I think that's real advice when it's like, hey, like accepting that and telling them, you're this is tough. Like what you're going through is tough, and that's rough. But letting them know that that's not the end. You know, like be real. I'm always real with you. I'm like, dude, like you obviously don't see it now and you won't see it now. But like down the road, you're going to become something way larger than you are now, you know?
Shut up, Josh. Shut up, Josh.
Gosh dang it, dude.
For real. It was a good moment until you did that.
It was a good moment. Thanks for
You know
ruining the
what?
moment,
You know
Josh.
what?
No,
We're
real
clipping
there.
that. We're clipping right here.
Right here.
My wife hates it whenever I'm like Mr. Brightside, so I've had to change that. But I mean, to put that in perspective, what you're saying, like think about yourself 5 years ago. Think about yourself 1 year ago.
Oh, snaps.
You're way different already, and so just give yourself some perspective on that. Like, who were you a year ago? Who are you now?
Exactly.
You're good.
Helping people have the vision of their potential is one of the greatest gifts you can give someone. And like, I learned that more from my mission than anything. Like when you believe what we believe and the truth that we claim to have, like it's all about potential.
Facts.
And like, that's what I think what makes it so powerful is like the tools we've been given to reach our potential. There's nothing more inspiring than realizing what you can become.
That's true.
I love it.
Sounds good, bro.
Drop your microphone.
I'm just glad you didn't drop the actual mic.
That mic would be all right.
It might still happen. You better.
It's already dropped.
Stay on your toes.
Dude, every time he stood up, it rolled off the couch like 3 times.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But it's from that level. I'm talking like that's a bit higher than.
Fair.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Also, another thing. Sorry, a little side
Oh.
note. But
Side
just
note.
like
Hit that. Hit
what
that.
Side note, throwback.
Bruh.
Episode 15, wasn't it?
episode 50. Anyways,
Yeah. I
Last
think
note?
side note.
Side
But
note.
anyways, sorry.
Sorry.
Side quote. I don't know.
Side
What's
quest. Side note.
But like showing up matters as well, you know. Like when someone's having like an event, like you don't have to like bring anything, just you being there helps. That's what I also meant by that too. Yeah, I remember growing up and then like, you know, I come from a big family. I remember one performance in 6th grade, no one showed up in my family. My mom would probably yell at me. She was like, "No, I remember." No, she didn't come at all. She probably forgot. It probably got busy. But I remember that one performance. I was so sad because no one showed up. And then I was like, man, showing up does matter, you know? Just being there.
Dude, yeah. My dad always says the world is run by people that show up.
Exactly.
Facts. Dude, that's like that one podcast with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
it
with
was
John
John
Bernthal
Bernthal,
when
yeah.
he was interviewing him.
How he was talking about his time in rehab, and like there was that moment like once a week where everyone gathers and then their family or whatever pop up on like a Zoom call. For 2 months straight, no one in his family showed up for the call, so he was like, why should I go to these things? And then I think like his
One of the
officer or
therapists. Somebody.
therapist, someone just tells him, I think you should go this time. So he goes expecting to see his mom or a family member, but it was I think his like ex-girlfriend or ex-fiance or whatever They were just looking at each other, her with her bright smile, and all she said was hi, and then they just sat there. But it was like one of those like overwhelming moments for him, and he said if it wasn't for her doing that at that moment, he probably would have taken his own life. So it's like the little things matter, like that. Freaking the Office is such a good example with a lot of these stuff, because that episode when Pam was crying outside of like the actual office because Jim was with someone else, and then Dwight came out thinking someone like hurt her physically, and he didn't talk, he didn't ask what the matter was, he just sat down and stayed there for her. Like the little things like that. People think like you have to do a lot more, but like something as simple as just like complete silence and letting them talk it out completely helps a ton.
Think about it, everybody's fighting a crazy battle, and little things are not little for everybody. And so if you're really doing the little things, it could prove to be real big for somebody who's on the edge, so to speak. Not of just like suicide, the obvious one, but anything on the edge of just doing something that's not them. If you're there, do a little thing, it'll inspire them to not do it, or it can.
For real. That's so true.
Crazy. Man, no. Sorry. No, for real. Like, this is some great, like, knowledge that we dropped down. For real. Like,
Crazy.
But, sorry, next topic, unless y'all have anything more to say.
No, we good.
I think
we
we
good on that one.
tied that up with a nice bow.
Yeah. Little cherry on top. It was nice. But, all right, the next topic is... what is the biggest insecurity and associated memory you could never forget?
Do you mean like associated memory with that insecurity?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Let me think.
Okay. I might have one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hit that.
So it's pretty common. I hate that. Anyways, wow, I didn't think I was gonna get open. It's not even that big of a deal, but it's like something I don't really talk about. But like, so biggest insecurity. We're in this great place called Provo, all of us, right?
Ooh.
You're married. Yeah. We are single.
So you're out of it, bro.
So no, he's the perfect dude to be able to speak
okay, facts.
advice and give another perspective.
I'm dumb. I don't know how it happened. You go ahead.
But one of my biggest insecurities, I have no problem talking to people. I can approach anyone and feel okay. I mean, I will always have anxiety about it, but it doesn't like stop me from doing it. Like I can do it. I can do it well. It is what it is. I can ask a girl on a date. I can go on a date. I've done that plenty of times. Baller. But like we were talking about earlier, the little picking up on the little things and things like that, or even just like knowing how to be a part of directing and guiding something into another direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like, for example, I went on, there's a girl I went on a few dates with, and it's like, we got up to date number 3, and it's like, okay, like I'm not trying to like push the envelope here, like do anything crazy, but it's like, how do you know where you're at and where you're going? And this can translate not anything just dating, but just in general, like, how do you gauge that? How do you measure that? When's the appropriate time to do something? And I think it's a case-by-case thing, and it depends on different people and parties involved, and that changes things. There's a lot of variables. But I'm the general principle of, like, being a part of something that with someone else and having that progress in the right direction, that's, like, makes me super uncomfortable. And, like, I've experienced that, especially in dating. That was long-winded and very complex. But...
important to say, though.
Yeah, like that's for me. And so I'll never forget, like, going on date number 3 with this girl recently. This is a recent one. I have other ones. But
Shout out to you, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
I'm just making up a name.
Shout out.
But it's like, went on 3 dates, and I thought they were really good dates. Went well. Looking for a 4th, looking for, building more of a relationship between the two of us. And then she just kind of like dipped remember? She like dipped for like 2 weeks, like disappeared, wouldn't like say anything.
She went to St. George.
Oh don't think she went to St. George, but St. George is
She went to Cedar
news.
City, but she was close. The ghost of St. George got to her.
so for me it's like man, like your mind goes to first. It always goes to what did I do wrong?
Yeah. That's the
Most
worst
definitely.
feeling, bro.
It's the worst, and
Because
so
are
it's
you
like
going through all these theories in your head and stuff, and that just leaves you with a deep, terrible anxiety.
yeah. So it's like I'm super. So ultimately, all of that's kind of like the background information. Now it's like my biggest insecurity is like, oh, I want to like take this girl on a date, for example. But now I'm super, not only insecure about myself, but I'm super scared as to like, man, is this just going to be another run around the park and not getting anywhere? You know, and it's just like, I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to leave it open for the rest of you to offer your thoughts and opinions.
Oh, we're not going to discuss your. All right.
No,
It's
discuss
not
what?
a discussion.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm just saying, because I just talked a lot. I just threw a lot out there. So I'm just going to be quiet now and let it like.
Yeah. For those of you who are just listening,
Yeah.
Tupo's about to speak.
Tupo? No.
You look like you're ready.
You're in
No,
your
no, no,
pensive
no, no, no.
face.
I'm trying to think of.
Well, think faster.
How do you overcome the fear of
I can
You
the
can't.
unknown?
say something.
Go ahead.
So my case isn't the same as every case because I'm a real weirdo. For some reason, that attracted my wife. I don't know how it worked.
That's a
So, like I said, we were long distance the whole time, but I just got her to talk about real deep things within like the fourth night of us talking, texting. I was like, "Yo, FaceTime me," and she did, and it was weird. She tried to put me on with her sister. She tried to set me up with her sister at first.
Oh,
That
snap.
obviously didn't go as planned. We got talking about our lives, all our deepest and darkest insecurities, right? Weird stuff that I would never have talked to anyone about that quick. We had our first date planned the night before we were on FaceTime, and as she would put it, there was a moment of silence, and I looked like I was about to throw up. And she said, "What? What?" And I said, "I love you."
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
Before our first date ever even happened. And she said, "I love you too."
Oh, snaps. Wait, how long was this talking phase for?
Like a week.
A week?
Maybe two. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Wow.
Provo syndrome.
But bro, we also think we're East Coast.
Yeah,
no.
Dang, bro. I see you.
But so like we went on our first date in person. It was really awkward, of course. But basically my entire MO, and this is with any girl I've ever talked to, I just tell them straight up how I feel. And then I let them respond with however they feel, for better or for worse, because at least I'll know I spoke my piece. If they're not into me, I used to think it was my fault. Nowadays, I don't anymore, you know? Mostly because I'm not on the market anymore. But fair. Thankfully, things just worked out for me. She liked a guy that's real upfront, because that's really just all it was. I was super upfront. I remember our first date, we were at Gettysburg, the battlefield, because it's halfway between our houses. Really
Romantic.
strange place to have a first date. It's very scenic if you forget about the hundreds of thousands that died in the Civil War. But that aside, we were chilling on a rock next to a stream. Some Confederate soldier probably died there. And she had her head on my chest. And I have a naturally high-strung heartbeat. Just because I'm a bigger guy,
Yeah.
And she was like, but even more so when I'm nervous, you feel it like a lot. And my heart was beating real fast. She said, "Why is your heart beating so fast?" And this is the most awkward thing ever. I said, "Because I'm with the most pretty girl I've ever seen in my life, and I'm trying to decide if I want to kiss her or not."
Oh,
That's
and she
fire.
said,
bro.
and she said, "Well, do it then." I was like, "Well, I can't now. You're expecting it." And she was like, "All right, then, whatever." All right, let's go then. I was like, "No, wait."
Wait, hold on. Wait. Rewind that real quick.
Yo, G.
But then we kissed, and like the entire time I've never. I think the most important thing, like a lot of the stuff that we have with our relationships, is like societal norms in a way.
Yeah.
Especially in Provo, it's like, oh, we went on 3 days. We went bowling, we went mountain climbing, we went glow in the dark mountain golfing. Oof. Now what? What are we? Just this girl. Are y'all still on speaking terms? Like, you still go on dates?
No,
She's getting married.
I don't know that.
I'm kidding. It's a
She's
joke.
dating
It's a joke.
someone.
It's a
No,
joke.
we've
It's a
moved
joke.
on. But I'll give you an example. There's a girl I'm actually interested in. She's in one of my classes at school. And I was talking to her the other day. We've been talking. Like, I don't talk to her outside of class or outside of school. Haven't reached that. Now I think I've reached that point where it'd be appropriate to be like, hey, can I get your number? And that's what I was going to do. Totally chickened out. And it's because, and I thought about it, it's because of that fear of the unknown.
Here's the thing. Especially in Provo, I think girls are used to guys giving them the runaround. That's how it was with my wife. You know, because every guy, everyone's casually dating here for the most part. It's on the more rare side to find somebody that's up front, like, I want to marry you on the first date.
Yeah.
Those are two extremes, right? Somewhere in the middle, walk up to her. Look, I'm really into you. Can I have your number? I want to get to know you better. Most girls, I'd say, would really enjoy that level of candor and honesty from somebody because it takes confidence and balls, honestly, to say that.
Yeah.
But it also, they know exactly where you are. And,
stating your purpose
Yeah.
is basically what you're doing.
like a missionary.
Yeah. Like
And she'll either
missionary.
give you a number and she might not. And if she doesn't, no, it probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. Move
Fair.
on.
Fair. You just got to do it. It's like what we were talking about the other night.
It's like telemarketing. Sometimes you
Fair.
get hung up on. Sometimes you get a sale.
Sometimes you don't. And that's the thing is you've got
say
to.
less. Oh, that was smooth.
It was smooth. And that's what we were talking about the other night. It's just like you got to be prepared to expect whatever answer comes.
Yeah, I remember that night. I fell asleep.
So that's my insecurity.
Yeah.
Dang. Dude, I have so many.
Sorry, that's not funny.
Hold on. You got to pick one.
I'm trying to...
One.
I'm insecure by my amount of insecurities. That could be a real thing, though.
That's
That is a real thing.
real
It
thing.
is a real thing.
For
That's
real.
true.
It's like, man,
Yeah.
I'm a wimp. I'm
Compounds.
It's like I finally got to the point where now I don't care what people think about me. Like if they talk bad about me, then I'm like, all right, well they only know like part of my story. But I would say, dang,
Do you need to think about it?
yes.
Okay.
I'll think about it with some more.
You got one? One of you two got one? Do we all need to think about it?
I do have one. I just don't want to say it yet.
Say it.
No.
Well, no, because it's the last one, huh? You want to be the last one?
No, it's not
I'm
that. It's,
dropping
I was
a-
just talking. I don't feel like I'm talking too much.
No, it's
No,
good. You be
dude.
spitting facts left and right,
No,
bro.
dude.
Hey, we're
I
not
say
saying
that
that.
all the
Sam's
time.
the one that talks to one.
No, I'm the one that
I'll give you a break this time, I guess. My biggest insecurity, and it's ridiculous. I know.
But valid.
Maybe.
It has to be.
It has to.
Valid, yeah. I hope so. I guess it's similar along the line of imposter syndrome, where like you feel like all your accomplishments and who you are and the image of everyone, the image of you that everyone sees isn't fully accurate. And like one day, regardless of anything you do, they're just going to realize it. It's kind of like that, but not quite.
Okay.
I have this weird insecurity where I think it stems from like elementary school bullying. I think that's where I think it comes from, because I was like super ADD. Genuinely, I'm not saying this to be funny, although it is a little humorous.
You're talking to some of the biggest ADD dudes.
If I took a test to see if I was on the autism spectrum, if I got a result that said I'm like high functioning autistic, very far but close, like, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised. It would make a lot of sense to me, actually. And so I annoyed people. I'd be like, you want to play laser tag? 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 You heard of Call of Duty? You heard of Minecraft? You heard of Roblox? And I got told by like adults, children, teachers, people I didn't even know, like, gosh darn. And I live in Western Maryland, so they're rednecks. They say it differently.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh darn, kid, you are one annoying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So nowadays, like the way I became confident was in 8th grade. I decided I was going to pretend I was confident. And after a while, I believed it. It's good on the short term, but on the long term, it low key messes you up. But if you can get past the roadblocks, it still, I think, is a net good.
Fair.
Because part of me feels deep down like I'm still not confident, even though I feel like I am. Like, I know who I am. I love who I am. But I'm always worried that people perceive me as annoying. And they just kind of put up with me. And so I'm always looking around like where I'm at compared to other people, especially moving out here to Utah after being from the East. And like I said, I left all my friends back there. Everyone out here that I became close friends with all have better best friends. People I'd consider my best friends have a best friend themselves that's not me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm never really the guy that gets texted. I'm usually the guy that sends the first text, although that's not entirely true. That's
Dude,
my
relatable.
distorted perception. I think everyone feels that way to an extent.
Yeah.
And so I'm always just constantly questioning it. And like my wife even, I'm like, she probably thinks I'm so annoying. My friends, you guys even, I've thought a couple times, maybe they think I'm annoying.
Absolutely
right now.
not, dude.
And the viewers even, and they might comment, leave a comment if I'm annoying.
Don't call him annoying. Well,
You
If
can
you
if you
do-
want and tag me.
If you do,
just comment though.
yeah,
Just comment. We
What's
need
your
more
biggest insecurity?
engagement.
exactly. Back off.
What's your biggest insecurity? We'll make fun of it on the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll roast you for it. If you want us to roast you.
But yeah, so that's my biggest insecurity is that I'm annoying, which is weird because that's something I could completely control if I was, and it's something that I know is not true, but I still worry about. It's like that anxiety thing I had during football. Half of the day, I'm like, there was nothing to worry about. That was awesome. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. But then it's like something hits and I reset. I'm back to square one.
Yeah. Well, there's a variable in that of like, it's how the crux of it is like how others perceive you, and it's like you can't control that. You can only control so much of that.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it for me, because it's a very relatable insecurity, first of all, but it's like you just can't control how like there's people. I remember in school there were people that called me annoying, and there's people that didn't call me annoying, and it's like, well, why do you call me annoying? Like, what did I do? And then you start to question it. It's like, why don't you find me annoying? And then it's like,
that's the thing. I think I found my people. I'm to the point now where it doesn't bother me.
that's
as
what
much.
it is, man. You got to find your people. You found your wife.
I did. I found my wife. I mean, I think I found you guys. Hopefully we can hang out.
Oh,
I live
heck
3
yeah.
blocks this way, 1 block this way.
Oh,
for
say
real?
less.
Yeah, close. Yeah,
We're
bro.
kicking it.
Walk
We're
here.
going to do music. We're going to do
Say
something.
less. We're kicking it.
Yeah,
kid.
we are kicking it.
Are kicking it.
Dude,
Cool,
for
cool,
real.
cool.
And we're honest people. We don't like,
Now we reach out to a lot of people. They just don't reach back.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Exactly. You know exactly who you are.
I've been wanting to do this podcast since you brought it up to me.
This is the first time, but not the last time you'll be on it.
Swag.
There we go.
Let's see if we can collab on some music as well.
For sure.
Some stuff done, man.
So
Did you find yours?
I narrowed it down, yeah. Because, I mean, trying to, like, not super, not basic, but super
Generic.
answer, like, weight, height, no.
Dude, you're really exposing yourself right now, bro.
But I would, like, the one that really affected me and still kind of does, but it's, like, one that, like, the anxiety kicks in, is, like, I feel like I'm not good enough for a lot of things, you know? Like, that's why for the longest time I didn't try so hard, especially in high school. Like, I probably could have graduated with a 4.0, but because of how I felt with certain, like, I failed one thing, I was like, okay, I suck at this, so then I stopped trying. So I was able to graduate because I decided to look out for that help, because I wanted to find out if I was ADHD. Took a test. The results came back with anxiety and depression. Then I started, like, with a whole past that I've had, I started to see where it was developed. So then there was a whole meeting my senior year, and it was December too, so it was late in that school year. But me, my mom, and then all of my teachers in a room coming up with plans on how they can help me, what I need to do for that help. And then I've never seen my grades so good the last 2 semesters. And then the anxiety of graduating, because, like, yeah, I'll go up, do the walk, grab, like, just the casing of the diploma. But I was worried that I wasn't going to receive the diploma, and I had to do summer school. And then, to my surprise, I received it. I cried in the car when my parents picked me up, because it was, like, at the time, a huge accomplishment for me. But even past that, with everything that I've gone through, like, with music, I stall a lot on songs because I was like, I'm not good enough. It doesn't sound good enough. Rarely does it ever get to the point where I feel proud about it. With, like, stuff for my family, like living here, getting a job, like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I keep to myself because I just feel like if I like show myself like as a Debbie Downer, especially to my parents, then I would think mentally that I'm a disappointment to them, and that has been like just one of the biggest insecurities of my life, even to this day. Like I'm glad that I've been able to fix the relationship I have with my dad, because now I have him to talk to, more of a man. Because I love my mom, I really do, but sometimes when I like share something or I bring up a comment, she either goes like super defensive or just like one of those situations that she tries to fix it, says, well, you need to do better on this. And that's I'm pretty sure part of the reason why I felt the way I did in high school when it came to work. But like I'm still like I'm 23 years old, and still little by little I don't tell my mom everything, because I'm scared of the comments that will come to me and then stay with me physically. But for that reason, I also learned to like keep my circles a lot smaller than it was before. That's why I don't care too much about what people think about me, because I know who I am. But just little things like the annoying situation, like am I too annoying? That was me in high school. Maybe every once in a while that moment comes into my head when I'm like in a group of people, because I laugh at everything. So I'm like, gets to the point where like, do they think I'm annoying for laughing to something that's not even that funny, you know? But hopefully I'll get to the point where I can say that I'm enough, and then whatever I do is enough. But as of now, it's still like one of those lingering situations for me. Yeah. You know?
That reminds me of a quote by Damian Lillard, great basketball player, played at Weber State.
Weber.
He says, like, be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. And like that can spread across all kinds of aspects of life. But it's like, if you can conquer the mind to some degree, but stay humble about it and you keep going at it, I feel like you reach a point where you realize, I don't have to be the best comparatively. I'm not going to be the best. You really are never going to be the best if you're comparing yourself to the rest of the world. You won't. There's always going to be someone better than you. But it's all about achieving your best. It goes back to your potential. What can I become? If you can realize your worth and know how God sees you, if you're, a God-believing person, God-fearing person, then it's like, okay, let's take that principle, apply it to my life, apply it to my work ethic and my mentality. And then I think that's when you start to really like, it's not easy, but you start to really realize and become comfortable with who you are and who you're becoming. And then for us who make music, then it's like, man, it's good enough. I like it. The people in my circles like it. There's a few people on the internet that like it.
Yeah, we got $5, baby.
And it's like people follow patterns, and so there's always people like that. So be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. I think is a fire quote.
Can I hold $1? Just for now. Can I hold one of your dollars?
All right. We'll give you $1, but then in return you have to give 2.
All right, cool. Also, I just want to state for the record for Josh, he brought up his height and weight. You can't tell because he's sitting on the couch, but he's actually 6'2".
Yeah. He is.
Both of my feet are touching the ground right now.
He's actually taller than me. Yeah. See, my feet hang.
Surprise, surprise. My feet hang. Picks them up. No,
that's funny.
All right, Tupo. What are you feeling? What's your insecurity?
Hit him with it.
I mean, just listen to what y'all said. I didn't understand the question at first until y'all answered, so it was pretty good. I'm glad I didn't go first.
Oh, that's good.
But probably one of the biggest insecurities, especially what I go through today, is not being smart enough. Y'all know this. I can't spell for crap. I can't really do much.
Nowadays, most people can't spell.
I mean,
honestly, you can spell. You just forget letters when you type stuff.
I can't spell. Let's be honest. I really can't. I can't really. When people, growing up, I was always not the smartest, not the brightest, the most energy though, but not the. I had nothing to go with it, but that was it. But I was always one of my insecurities is just every time when I'm around other people, I just don't want to sound dumb, you know?
Yeah.
So I try my best not to. But eventually I do sound dumb because I try not to, and it's crazy. So I'm just like, you know what, sometimes, like, that's why I am who I am when I meet new people, you know?
You're quiet.
I'm quiet like crazy. Like, I barely talk at all.
Yeah.
But when I do talk, everyone's like, wow, you can talk, wow. And I'm like...
And then everyone loves it.
Exactly. It's like, wow, if only you actually knew me.
Nah, dude. I think, from my perspective, because we're best friends. That's why I'm always commenting on what he says, because we're like best friends. Like, well, we all are. But, like, I just see him more because we live close.
That's true.
Up until now.
Yeah, we literally live in the same room. Sleep.
And then I graduated before you guys.
And you graduated before us. And you left on... Yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
You're just old. I'm kidding.
But, like...
I envy your guys' connection.
I think, first of all, you don't give yourself enough credit. But second of all, you're full of wisdom. I think wisdom and like... Just like book smarts or something is like... They're completely different.
And I'd venture to say that wisdom greatly outweighs like book smarts.
Oh, hands down. So it's like, okay, you can't spell for crap, that's whatever. But you can like get up and give a fire sermon in church or something, or give, talk to us on a real level that is meaningful. And like you say things that inspires action and changes our lives.
Facts. Like when I was your zone leader and we did exchanges, we did like 2 exchanges, I think, together.
Yeah.
And that was like 2 of very many that I did because our zone was huge. But your exchanges with me were some of the most impactful for me.
Boom.
Whereas other people, I hate to say it wasn't impactful for me because they all were. But in terms of like progress that was made on a lot of times we'd go on exchanges and I'd be gauging the progress of the missionary I'm with because I'm trying to make them better. But every time we had an exchange, I was like, wow, I've grown.
Dang. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I did not know that.
I felt like you needed to hear it.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Thank
So
you.
who cares if you can't spell? Who cares?
I can't read.
You got the internet. Like, the internet can teach you words that you don't know.
That's true. Like complex.
That's a good word.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
It was a callback. I'm not making fun of you.
I'm saying don't stop learning book stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Sometimes
I don't think you're dumb. You're
street
definitely not
smarts
dumb.
outweighs the book smarts.
It doesn't define you at the end of the day.
It doesn't.
And after you graduate from college from Pathways, those letters on your report card or whatever they have that on Pathways, they're not going to matter anymore.
That's true.
What's going to matter is your ability to do your job, and that generally doesn't have very much to do with knowledge. It's just second nature.
You're going to learn it anyways. You're going to have to learn it when you get the job anyways, you know?
True. Yeah, that's true.
No cap.
So
On a
don't
stack.
do school, kids.
That was fire. Sorry. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. That's it, folks.
We love
All
you,
right.
Tupo.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you,
love
guys.
you, bro.
Thank you.
Always.
So, y'all already know what time it is.
What time
We've
is
hit-
it?
All
Hit
day,
that.
you know.
Dude, this is probably one of the longest, but one of the most fire episodes that we've had. It's just amazing. But we're going into one of a good segment. You already know what it is.
Segment what?
You already know it is. Get you 2,000.
What segment?
You,
Wait, you said
it's
1 sec. Hold on. What?
What's Sigma?
Yeah, what is segment?
segments. Sorry, I said so.
Oh,
Throwback
oh,
for all
hey,
those.
wow,
Why I
what's
say why I say segment a lot is because at the first episode or like the third
Yeah,
episode,
one of our very first episodes.
I meant to say segments, but I said segma,
Yeah.
and they just roasted me on it.
Oh, bro. I was just trying to make a Sugma joke.
Segment what?
Bro, anyways,
ages 3 to 4. 3 to 4.
3 to 4. That's all we got right now.
Sugma pacifier.
yeah.
My man, I like that one.
Hey, but it's one of y'all favorites. It is Over and Under.
Oh, shoot. Over?
Or under.
There you go.
Hey, over?
So-
oh.
Oh,
It's under.
It's under.
Over?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's over.
or under.
Anyways. Over and under, for everyone that doesn't know what it is, it's overrated or underrated. We have a topic, and I'm just going to list out the topics. We're gonna and then I say 3, 2, 1, and then we say overrated or underrated. Today's topic, y'all ready?
I'm ready. What's the theme? Our topic, sorry.
Topic,
Sorry.
Right after
sorry.
he says
music
it.
artist.
Music artists.
Oh. If
How,
they're
how many
If
you
it's
got
just-
on your list?
I got like 5.
if they're overrated or underrated, okay.
Yeah, if they're overrated or underrated.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Be prepared to say why.
Yeah, and then so we say overrated, underrated, and then we explain. Like some people, we all might say overrated, we all might say underrated. Some of us, might disagree. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
All right. So first time, I'm just gonna do like famous people, so we all know who they are.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. Even though you don't, we'll see. All right. First one, Taylor Swift.
Dude,
Overrated
but hold
or
on,
underrated?
There's a problem with over and under. It's because sometimes they're neither. So it's like,
You can just say they're rated then.
okay.
Exactly.
Thank you, Trey.
Ooh,
You should-
That's a good
you should-
option.
wow.
You
Over,
should take
under,
over.
and then in the middle. There's a line. Though. That's why it's called rated. That's
They're right where they should be.
That's a good insight, though.
Okay, bet.
All right. Bet.
We need that. We needed that. Actually,
Actually,
we need that.
Actually, all right. Ready? 3,
Thank you.
2, 1.
Rated.
Underrated.
I would say rated in general by the general public, underrated by people who listen to the kind of music that I like to listen to.
Okay,
Say
yeah.
less.
I would be like that too.
Dude, I will say the way, because she's got like access to her masters or whatever that whole debacle was with her legality and label and all that crap.
I heard about that once or twice.
Her albums that she's dropping, labeling Taylor's version, like recreating her past ones.
They're nice.
It's nice
bro.
because it's like it's just more creative freedom, and it's just like you can really see more of not just her songwriting, but you know everything she actually brings to the table instead of trying to make the hit or being pushed to make the hit. And it's like, so I think she's underrated that way.
That's good. And it's like it's really cool too to see like how much vocally wise she's grown.
She's
I
she's
really
good.
love like there's the Taylor's version of Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran. That one's one of my favorite classics from her. And this one like because I know like how they sound by memory because of how much I've replayed that song, the original version. But the Taylor's version, like just seeing how a lot more powerful both of their
Mature.
voices are now. Like it sounded so much better. Like the fact that I love a lot of the Taylor's versions a lot more than the original ones is fantastic. So that's why like for the ones who say that she's overrated, it's probably because they're thinking too much about like her newer stuff. Just because that wasn't really her. Like Sam said, it was more the label controlling her to be able to get like the top of the charts.
Yeah, I would say that's like my biggest gripe with like country and pop music. I love them both when they're done well, but I feel like a lot of times when they get bigger, like the stuff that gets radio play, there's a huge lack of creative freedom.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to have my wife put me onto those Taylor tracks one day in the car because she really liked them. I think.
That's why I'm pro independent artists.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
All about creative freedom.
Confession. One of my favorite songs is "You Belong with Me."
That's a good
That's
one.
another
That's a
good
banger, dude. Have
Bro,
you heard the Taylor's
I'm
version?
not gonna-
Taylor's
I have
version.
not heard.
We gotta
the
play
Taylor's
the Taylor's version.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up on that song because my sister would always play it. I was like, man, this song's really catchy, and it just stuck in my head the rest of my life. Yeah, that song.
Even
Fire.
what's that one the Never Getting Back Together or whatever.
Yeah.
The Taylor's version a lot better because it's just her, you know, especially like the wee part.
Yeah, it's way
just
nicer.
her vocal stacks. It sounds like a whole group, like it's different.
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound as poppy as the
Yeah.
The original
I will say this
version
too:
was.
her not only just the Taylor's version albums, but her last two original albums. I think last two, at least the last one,
like
is
Evermore
really
and
really good. Evermore, I think is what it's called.
yeah, one of them.
That one's
She's dropping another one soon too.
yeah,
I
she
saw the
is.
track list for it.
I'm excited. I'm a Swiftie. Was that what they call the fans?
I guess so.
Yeah. Shouts out to Taylor
The
Swift,
Swifter.
hailing
Oh,
from
Tay-Tay.
Reading,
Shout out to
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
All right. Next music artist. Man, we're great. We're good.
Yeah, we're fine, bro.
So next music artist, Kanye West. Overrated or underrated? I'll let y'all think about it real quick. Just think about
I'm
it.
ready.
At
All
this
right, ready?
point, at this
At
point
this
in
moment,
time.
or like in general.
Just
In general, I think. it's
in
best.
general.
Okay.
In general.
Oh, but that makes it hard. If you
Okay,
say it.
at this
Yeah,
point in
okay.
time, then I don't know. You just got to make a decision. When
Because
I say
that's what we
three,
just
two,
did
one,
with Taylor
ready?
Swift was now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
So you want to talk about it in general, or we're doing it right now?
What do you want to do?
Balance
We'll
both.
do it now, I guess, because people do change.
We can do both.
Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Ooh, you said underrated?
I said
If we're
underrated
taking
too.
both into account, he's underrated. When he dropped Graduation,
Oh,
Music
Classic.
Change.
okay.
Classic.
When he
Classic.
dropped 808s and Heartbreak, that was literally the
That's
Oh,
father
okay. You got
That-
a
of
point.
Future, of Young Thug, of Lil Uzi, of anybody that's popular now.
Yep.
The song that sound originated with him. Yeezus came out, and that inspired rappers like Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Brockhampton.
A whole
Ye
bunch
came
of
out.
musical artists.
Yeah, Kids See Ghosts. Now, purely musically, underrated insanely. Personally, I think he's mentally ill and he needs help. I don't think he's necessarily
He's
a
that dumb.
bad person.
Yeah.
He's not just doing this for fun.
He's just strange.
Yeah, he's
he's
and
got things going on.
every good artist that we can really remember is a little strange. Like,
Yeah.
and so I'd say he's underrated for that reason, but I can see the case for overrated because nowadays his music, as of late, doesn't quite stack up to the things that he used to have. So like I go into his albums with the Graduation,
Yep.
Late Registration, Dropout, 808 Jesus.
Yep.
Even The Life of Pablo I thought was amazing. And so with that in mind, and then you hear his new music, he's definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me feels like his next album is going to go one of two ways. This could be really good and bring him back to like not good graces by the general public, but by real rap fans who can kind of separate the two, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Or it'll be a flop and it'll be like the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is my take real quick. There's a lot of you separate Kanye as a person, get that out of the picture. We can't judge him for that. We can't rate him on that.
Yeah.
His discography or however you say that
You
word.
got it.
His music, right? His old stuff helped shape rap and hip hop today. He has a lot of influence came from that. He did a lot of groundbreaking things. That's why he's, in my mind, he becomes overrated because that's the greatest blessing Kanye brought to the table, but that's also his downfall
Facts.
because he will forever be compared to his old stuff. And because he's such a legend and still going at it, like the expectations are always up here, and him trying to meet those expectations is just tough.
That's facts. I want to put out there, I'm not like a huge Kanye fanboy. I'm a huge fan of Kanye. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not going to get down on my knees and pray to him or defend everything he does. He does a lot of things I don't agree with. He does other things that I'm indifferent about, and some things I agree with, although it's more rare lately.
Yep.
But his music is great.
It's pretty fire. I like Kanye. I do.
Yeah.
I just think now it's just he's not what it was, and nor should be because music changes and people change. But I just don't think he's at that same quality as he used to be.
Yeah. And it's like that a lot. Like even with Eminem, so many people bash on his newer albums because they want like the old school Eminem, like Slim Shady, but they need to learn to let go of Logic as well. People call
If I've done it once, why do I gotta do it again?
Exactly.
You know?
And lots of his new stuff is dope. Like Kamikaze, that album was dope. I like that
Kamikaze
one a lot.
I do.
Even what was the one before that? Like Believer or whatever, the America one.
Oh, the super political one? Yeah, I hated that one.
So lots of the songs on that one were pretty good. I can see why it's super controversial.
I did not like that. I just didn't like it because he just made an album about stuff I just don't want to listen to music about, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, Kanye, for a lot of things, like what you said, and then like as a person, overrated. But the dude, amazing with his instrumentals. Like he, like doing like
He's a
record
genius.
stacks, freaking sounds and loops that you wouldn't think that anyone would ever use. Like there's one, I totally forgot the song, but he goes hard, and then out of nowhere, it's like a random like choir singing, and then it goes back to the hard beat. I totally forgot what it's called, but that it just catches you off guard, and then you can see like other people being influenced. Like Drake does it a lot too. But and his lyrics, like his lyricism is really dope. The way how he makes words rhyme, it's really cool.
Fire. All right. We got 3 more left.
We can go 2 more. We'll
No,
go 2 more.
3 more. We got
3 more, bro.
We got to do all of
We'll
them.
go 3 more. All right, 3 more. Next person. The Beatles.
Okay.
Well, okay. Oh, did you go shrug your shoulders on the Beatles? Okay. All right, ready? Oh, y'all got it? Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm
Overrated,
ready.
underrated? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready? 3, 2, 1.
Rated.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say rated.
Easy.
Rated.
Okay.
I don't even know if
really
there's
grow up with
explanation
them.
needed.
There's not. They're the Beatles.
Exactly.
I didn't grow up listening to their music. I know like titles. I know some songs because like they still play them today. But
Yeah.
they left a mark.
That's true.
So
They
it's
did.
like
I love
for
the
me,
Beatles.
like not being a like someone growing up with the Beatles. My grandpa, on the other hand, huge Beatles fan, always listening to it. But because of the stamp that they left while they were the Beatles, that's very important.
Here's the thing about the Beatles is they were the first group, the first musicians to turn a musical like studio or recording studio into an instrument of itself. Like the things that we see in our DAWs today, like reverb, delay, all these things.
Yep.
A lot of people didn't think to add that to their music and they didn't think to implement them. And so in a weird way, without the Beatles, there would have been no Kanye.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's
so true.
crazy.
Beatles are right where they should be. I think people paying homage to the Beatles appropriately. Give them their flowers all the time.
They're rated. There you go. We'll go on to the next one.
Yep.
Good job. I love those answers. Love these answers. All right.
How come you're not giving answers?
Because that's
he's
why
the host.
Yeah, because that's it's my
Do you see Steve Harvey answering?
it's my
questions?
segment, okay? It's my segment. Let me have it, okay? All right, next person. Drake.
Easy.
no,
All right,
maybe-
go.
Overrated
Calm
or
down.
underrated?
Calm down.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Overrated.
Explain.
Dude, what's to explain?
He's got ghostwriters. No, just kidding.
Oh, snaps.
His
Just kidding.
old stuff I love, but now like everything's just the same. All the people that love him, middle schoolers.
Well, have you guys ever heard of DJ Academics before?
Yes.
He's this YouTuber. He used to cover like gang violence in Chicago. That's how he came up, which is kind of an iffy way to come up. But
Yeah.
he's like Drake's biggest fan. And like there's this live stream he did listening to the whole album. One song is like, "That's why Drake's #1. What are you talking about, Kendrick smoking on no top fives? You know my top five? Drake, and Drake."
Gosh.
Less
still
than
a
2
genius.
minutes later, he was completely asleep while the album was playing.
That's hilarious.
Also, he he shot a DM to the music reviewer Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop, because Anthony Fantano doesn't give him good ratings, and he DM'd him and said, "Your life is a light one, light to decent one," which is like exactly how Anthony Fantano rated his last album out of 10. And then Anthony didn't post that DM, but he made fake DMs where he pretended that Drake sent him a cookie recipe, a vegan cookie recipe. He said, Hey, yo, Anthony, it's Drizzy. I know we have our differences, but I wanted to see if you liked this recipe, if you'd try it out. He made a video about it. And then Drake, to his hundreds of millions of followers, screenshots his own salty DM to a YouTuber with 1.3 million subscribers, 1% of what he has, and posted on his own story. That man's
Wow.
ego is like paper.
His music is eh. His bars are eh. To me, this is my opinion. He's an eh.
Most of my ex-teammates will hate me for saying all that. I gotta say, pre-2015, even pre-2017, I really liked his music.
He's got some good songs. I like some Drake, but I just don't think Drake is as great as everyone says he is.
For real.
It's his image.
Yeah.
His
that's
image
true.
is the whole big thing.
Like I heard like in person, really nice guy, solid dude, very respectable, minus a couple things I don't agree with. But like music wise, like when Scorpion dropped, only 2 songs I liked.
Just
And
eh.
yeah, and 3 of them were like singles he released years before.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of the songs they just sounded the same.
He's like, eh. Sorry, E.T. I know you're mad.
Also, I can't
Yeah, I was
think
about to
of,
say that.
I can't think about Drake without thinking about the story of Adidon by Pusha T, the diss track he did on
Oh,
it.
yeah. That dude classic,
Bullied him into
bro.
being a good father, and I'm happy he became a good father. But
Yeah.
I mean, part of me, giving him the benefit of the doubt, I think he would have done it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he definitely had to speed up that process because of that song.
He was.
What do you think, Poe, about him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say about Drake?
Just about Drake.
I'm gonna be honest. I was like, bro, Drake for real? Who? I'm kidding.
Yo, who's Drake? Like, Drake is
Who's this
John.
guy?
Who's Drake?
Nah, overrated. Facts. Overrated.
If you thought he was underrated or rated, you could say it. This is a safe place.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
Hey,
We
it's
can
the same
disagree
place.
here.
We won't kick you off the podcast.
Not yet.
You're the host.
Anyways, next person. All right. This is the last one.
Okay.
This is the last note.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
Sorry,
My guy.
had to.
It was good. All right. 21 Pilots.
Wow, dude,
Dude.
really? You're gonna?
I know. Okay.
I love 21. Okay,
Exactly.
sorry.
He loves them. So overrated or underrated or rated? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Underrated.
Underrated. Yeah.
There was a time where I did think that they were trash and overrated, but that when I really dug into their music, really listened, like focus on the concept, there's so much that the people that bash on them aren't really looking at.
It's definitely, in a way, sonically, it can be an acquired taste. It was for me.
Yeah.
But I'm like one of the biggest 21 Pilot fans. So it's like, it's an acquired taste sonically, but the songwriting, and then you add in the lore that they have with all the stuff they do. And like their concerts are some of the best concerts I've ever been to. And that's like an unbiased opinion. These are just facts. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I think they're great, and they do a lot. And they're not even on like some ginormous label like Atlantic or whatever. And it's
They had the independent artists come up.
They did.
Yeah.
They played it right. They got their hometown behind them.
They really did.
That's what they did first. Got their
real.
hometown behind them, and they just went up from there.
Like, what was that video? They started with like only 9,
Ode to
12
Sleep.
fans showing up, and then at the end it's like
They had
a
three
theater of, like-
nights. They had like 20,000 fans or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Up until recently, even I underrated them, just because, like I said, it's kind of the same with Taylor Swift. If you're the kind of person that's a low key music snob in terms of things, you're not gonna accept them right away because you've heard them on the radio, and that could be the only reason why.
Yep.
If you don't think they're creative, if you don't think they have good lyrics, interesting beats, and amazing concepts, listen to "Redecorate" off of their Scale to Nancy
Facts.
album. That's what won
Facts.
me over that song.
Mm-hmm.
That song made me cry the first time I listened to it. And that's rare that happens. So the last time it happened before that was "Self Control" by Frank Ocean.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
a good one. Dude, Redecorate is fire.
And it's a
I
very
love that
important
one.
message that I think right now especially needs
Oh,
to be
yeah.
out there.
Dude, one of my favorites too is off Trench, Neon Gravestones.
Neon Gravestones is crazy.
That's good stuff. All of it. I just love all of 21 Pilots. That's my
even,
biased opinion.
Even the simplicity of Truce.
Truce is
Like the first
fantastic.
I think that was the first 21 Pilot song that I listened to and like really like whoa. Like
Yeah.
it's short, but just like the 4 lines that they have in each verse, like it
The best
really
part about that
penetrates.
song is when I went to the first concert when I saw them, and they played that. They got done playing the song, and then they just walked off stage as Truce started, and the entire audience sang the entire song. And I was like, man, this is it.
That's a fan base.
That's
I gotta
life
fully
changing.
admit, they're still not my first choice. My first choice is generally other things, but like I like them, and I know that the general like hip hop community, because they kind of fit in that community.
Yeah, they can.
They're a mixture. The general hip hop community isn't super accepting of them,
Yeah.
and I think that they should be more accepted.
for
Yeah,
real.
dude.
Especially because of what hip hop is today. Like it's not
Yeah, dude.
what it used to.
It's evolved. It's also, I think there's a lot of cats up in there that don't deserve to have the platforms they got because they're just not. It's just not quality stuff.
Yeah. It's just because they have good connections.
Like remember when mumble rap was huge?
Dude, I hated that. That phase was the worst.
Mumble rap was
ever.
rough. That was a rough go for the hip
Oh
hop.
gosh, man.
If you like mumble rap,
Good
I
for
respect
you.
that. I don't. I don't like it.
It's garbage.
I don't like it.
Well, boys, I'm not gonna lie. 21 Pilots. I never really thought of them, and so I started living with y'all.
Yeah, because I play them like all the time.
Like I'm like, wow, 21 Pilots. But then you actually like went into depth of what they actually do. I'm like, oh dang, they're actually really cool.
Tupac,
Yeah.
listen to Redecorate.
Not
Listen
for
to
real. I will.
Redecorate.
I definitely
Yeah. I'll always play it for you.
will. Yeah. But yeah, that wraps it up for Over and Under. Thank you guys.
All right,
Go,
yeah.
baby.
Of course, of course.
Also,
Nice.
But
that wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
say less.
Well, Trey, any final comments before you pass away? No, just-
What the? What do you want to say to the people? What do
Yeah.
you want to say? You can promote yourself. Words of wisdom. What are you gonna say?
We always end on the last note. So
All
go ahead.
right, last note.
I love that.
God created the world, and He created every single part of this world, especially the nature, to be a testimony of who He is. Go outside, think about it a little bit. Loser, the album coming out hopefully in December.
Hey,
Let's go.
Follow me on Instagram. Link will be probably in the bio.
We'll tag him.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the
yeah.
socials, whatever he wants, we'll put it down there.
And then the link in my bio, once you follow me, it'll take you to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever you have, Amazon Music, Deezer, Tidal. I literally am on everything. I have a beat tape that I have out already since summer called Constellations, but it's in Portuguese, Constelações.
Ooh,
Check that one out. It's
go.
a Brazilian-infused jazz trap album. It's very avant-garde.
Awesomeness.
Not really, actually. It's not that cool. But
check it out.
Yeah, check it out. If you're just listening to, if you want to listen to something to drive to, listen to something to study to, something good to hear, and keep in contact, keep in the loop because big stuff's coming from myself in the next year.
Let's go.
Let's go. Shout
All right,
out.
for you,
Shout
bro.
out.
The legend. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me,
Thank you,
guys.
Trey.
It was
Thank you.
awesome.
All
Trey
right.
Bishop. Everybody.
Well, it's that time, boy. This was a long episode, but it was very like
It was one of the best.
maybe it's
It might
too
take-
much food for you to chew, but that's all right.
Hey, listen to it in sections. Come
That's
on.
how I do
Yeah.
it on the way to and from work, 20
Yep.
minutes at a time.
Yeah.
That's how you should do
Less.
it. Do it. Do it. You can find us if you're watching on YouTube. You can find us on all the streaming platforms. If you're on the streaming platforms, go check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, do it. All right, Sam, you know what to do.
Peace in the
Drop
Mideast.
that beat.
Oh, pulling out the classic.
Hey,
Hey, hey.
Ding, ding. Nice, nice.
But
DJ Satch, spin that record.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
okay.
Dude, I love your drums.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Shout
hey.
out to Tonu in the back playing
Shout
the
out to
drums.
bro.
Inside
Anyways,
joke.
All right.
Y'all already know what it is.
Thanks
Say
for
Josh.
watching. Thanks for listening. Keep that peace of mind.
Those people who love
ya.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yours.
That's what we like.